Hi, Biz Besties. Welcome to our podcast. My name is Jen.
And my name is Mia, and this is the Biz Besties podcast where we talk about all things entrepreneurship. On today's episode, we wanted to reflect on everything we've done in our 20s and then look forward to the next decade of our lives, because this episode is being released on my 30th birthday.
Yay!
So we just wanted to take this episode and first take a moment to ourselves and really give ourselves some props for all the things that we've accomplished and everything we've been through in our 20s, and even the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Made us stronger, got us to where we are today. Okay, Jen, what would you say you're most proud of in your 20s?
Honestly, my business. Yeah. I would have said that I never really finished anything. I feel like I've always stopped halfway in anything. I'm not trying to say, well, college-wise, I stopped halfway. And my sorority, I'd never finished all the way. And then learning something. What were things that I was there was businesses, remember when I was selling vacuums? Oh my god, I was selling vacuums, and then I never stick to a job. Remember I quit the sushi job after 2 weeks?
I mean, so have I. I've totally quit so many jobs in my 20s.
I think, yeah, for sure my business, that is my biggest accomplishment. And honestly, building my business before my daughter was born and where my business was at that time before I got pregnant and wasn't prepared for that, but still thinking about that now, I was actually pretty prepared. If I can run a business, I can have a baby.
And it allowed you to have more time with Kylie, to adjust your schedule accordingly and not have to stick to a schedule that someone else is coming up for you. I love that.
Yeah, I think that was, I feel like we don't really think about the future until we're in our 20s. So I didn't think that I was going to have a kid at mid-20s, late 20s. That was 27. And
you were ready though. I remember you were like, guys, I want a baby now. It's time. And I was like, I see that for you. You're already a mom. You already have 2 stepkids you love so much, and you're already this family unit. I knew it was coming. And you were ready, and your business made you ready too. Yeah. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, my business. I honestly am so grateful. But what about you, Mia? What do you think is your biggest achievement in your 20s?
I am so proud of a lot of things I've done in my 20s. I got my bachelor's, and I know I talked about going to law school and not finishing, but then thereafter I got my master's. Very proud of that. I didn't need those degrees for my future career, whatever. Yeah. That was for me. I feel like I got those for myself. And I paid for it my own way too. Very proud of that. And I love how you talked about these businesses you tried or stopped halfway. Mm-hmm. And it's funny you look at it like that, because I feel like when I look at you, I am impressed by how much you followed through with. Mm-hmm. Not just stopped halfway, because I can say that about a whole bunch of things in my 20s where tried something, didn't follow through or whatever, but it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. I think that was just us exploring.
Yeah.
And that's something I would love to tell anyone who's in their 20s. If you're 21, if you're 24, if you're 27, use your 20s to explore, but also don't beat yourself up because you're exploring.
Yeah.
I definitely think there's this Filipino and maybe just Asian overall, or who knows, maybe it goes across the board, but we're Filipino, so that's where we feel it. This pressure of, you better have your career ASAP.
You better be a nurse.
Yeah, all this pressure to have it figured out. And I think once you let go of the pressure to figure it out and you just explore because you want to, because you have different interests and you're following those interests and seeing it through, and whether that results in you really pursuing something or whether that results in you not wanting to pursue it because at least you tried it out.
Yeah.
That is what your 20s is about. And let's stop listening to our parents.
Honestly, I think
let's stop listening to our parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe I was 21 at that time, and I was finally making a little bit more money. lashing, and I just got my Mustang.
Mm-hmm.
I just got my Mustang. My parents were like, we're gonna co-sign, but this is all you.
Mm-hmm.
Like your payment, your car insurance. And my payment was like $600.
God dang.
I was like, how am I gonna make this? And then my insurance was like $200. So
at 21,
my car payment was $800.
Jeez.
And my parents were like, you want to be on your own?
You're an adult.
You gotta pay for that. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And I think as parents, you just kind of just have to let it go. And then as me as an adult, I'm like, all right, I'm in my 20s now, not a teenager. If I make a mistake, I have to learn from that for sure.
I'm proud of how we adulted.
Yeah.
Like right away. No shade to anyone who, you know, like still lives with their parents. First of all, that's a California thing.
Yeah.
That's not even a bad thing. It's just like kind of the norm for California in general. But I love how me and you like moved out right after high school.
Yeah.
And we had that independence so early, and I'm very proud of that. I'm proud of like
I think that shaped me a lot in my 20s.
Same.
Being on my own, like,
oh yeah.
Like understanding bills need to be paid, credit cards.
But also like our work ethic increased because we had bills.
Yeah.
It's sometimes when you have no bills, it's so easy to stay complacent and not make moves because it's like what are
you're comfortable.
You're comfortable.
You're too comfortable. And I think I feel like in your 20s you're not supposed to be comfortable. You're not supposed to be comfortable in your 20s.
Explore.
You're supposed to go through hardships. You need to go through, you know, again, mistakes, lessons, going through jobs that you don't like, meeting people,
relationships you don't like.
Yeah, leaving people, not having, you know, old friends that don't push you to be a better person. Just like, I think in my 20s for sure I've learned my circle is smaller, but my peace and, you know, it's just quiet. No drama. I make my own money. I have a family to take care of. Like I don't know if you've seen the content like live a boring life. My life isn't boring. I travel, I make money, but it's like peace. Like I
agree.
I don't mind my Monday through Friday. I'm working, taking care of the kids, going to the games, and like I have a set schedule, and like that's a good boring life for me, honestly.
I agree too. I definitely feel like I built the day-to-day life that I love. Like I'm enjoying each day and what I'm doing and what it brings me because I chose this for myself.
I think in our 30s, I want more days like that. I feel like half of my 20s was like working so fucking hard.
My whole 20s was hustling.
Yeah.
Working 9 to 5 and working a side hustle.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hours in a day.
I remember the first 3 years of teaching, I was teaching every weekend. Remember when I told you guys, you need to tell me 3 months in advance to hang out.
Yep.
Like I'm lashing, I'm teaching every weekend, I'm booked. Like, but now I'm just like, yeah, we're going to your party tomorrow, or her birthday party on Saturday. I took the whole day off with the kids, you know.
And so as we approach our 30s, me and Jen have said this in a previous episode, but we both want to work towards passive income and build our passive income streams because 20s was about hustling, the actual grind, the actual sitting down and working. And now let's make our money work for us so we don't have to physically work because my 30s and what I picture with it, it's family time. It's I'm married and we have kids and our kids are playing with your kids.
Oh my, I'm so excited.
And they're just getting older and we're living our mom life. And like I love that you're in that mom life right now because that's what I want when I'm a mom. The whole going to their games, but actually having the schedule to do it. Yeah. Because some parents can't do that because they're working. Yeah. Like
I don't think I've missed. Actually, I just missed Bella's first game because it was my grand opening. That was honestly my first missed game in a long time, but I honestly made all of Bella's soccer games, and I tried to make most of Daniel's football games, but sometimes they collide.
Oh yeah.
But that's why Kylie's not doing anything right now. So I'm like, Kylie's not doing anything right now.
Too many things on the family schedule.
maybe do it on a day where they both don't have practice and no games. But like right now, Kylie, you gotta come with me somewhere. So I think for sure my 30s, more kids surrounding with our friends who are now going to have kids.
That's so exciting.
Going to get married. You know, one day I will get married. Like I think that 30s to 40s is like, okay, we're settling down now.
So in regards to some like long-term goals, I'm thinking like this could happen at any point in my future life. Did I ever tell you I want to be an actress? But not right now. I picture myself being an actress in like my 40s, 50s, and being that
in one of those Filipino dramas.
Hey,
just kidding.
But I'm dramatic, so maybe it'll work. But like I picture myself as like a mom or grandma role and entering Hollywood at that age for some reason. First of all, everyone tries to get into acting when they're 20s, when they're like young and beautiful.
Yeah.
Stop. I'd be such a good mom.
No.
That's one of my long-term goals. I want to publish a book.
I'm literally looking at the camera like, I've never heard this before.
I have these I have all these like long-term, like, I don't know. I have these things I want to do.
And I want to own a boat.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many of these like random ass things.
I think we should write this down.
We should.
And then in our next podcast, like, okay, this is my 10 goals before our, we RIP.
Oh my god. Damn.
I'm just kidding.
I can't say like that. Yeah, there's just like all these like random ass things I want to do. I feel like in my 20s I was dancing a lot on purpose. Like it took up a good amount of my 20s in such a great way. Then COVID happened when I was 25. So I think I could totally separate my dancing career before 25 and then after 25. Because before 25, like 20, 25 was when I was doing all those competitions. We were practicing hella days a week, like so fun. And then after 25, like it slowed down because the dance industry was slowing down because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
After 25, I'm glad the world forced me to slow down on dancing because then I was able to get my master's. Yeah. Say I got that in my height of when I was dancing so much, I don't think I would have been as focused. I think like I needed that. I needed it to slow me down in order for me to like focus on something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exciting to think about the future. What else do you want to get done in your 30s?
Honestly, I want to have all my kids in my 30s. Like I'm going to be done before I turn 40. Before I turn 36.
That's a good.
I just added a year. I actually want to be done at 35.
Okay.
Like that's 5 years.
Yeah.
I for sure don't want to be part-time lashing anymore. I'm retired for sure. And I mean, and take 1 to 3 people.
Yeah.
Whenever I want to, but that's retired. I want to open a second location, but not run it.
Sacramento, I'll run it.
I don't want to run it. I want to be an angel investor.
Yeah.
I still, give the name, my name and everything, and like just help in the marketing side maybe, and just building the brand. But like, I don't want to manage it. I don't want to do anything in there other than like showing up and collecting rent. That's it.
I smile.
Because I'm like, that's all I want. And it's like,
hello,
again,
I'm here again.
Yeah. Getting paid. Everything's good. All right.
That's another one of my long-term goals. And I only have this goal because I've seen Jen do the whole like owning a salon thing. I want to own salon suites.
Yeah.
And I just want to like own it and get rent. But that's a capital investment. So I need capital.
Yeah.
Let me say money first. I want to get to a point where money.
Or you can just invest with me opening a Busy Bee.
Okay.
And then have suites inside BZB and have someone else run it. And we're both just investors.
Okay.
Because then we can split the capital.
I love that.
Honestly.
Dude, salon suites seems like not a lot of work.
BZB Suites.
That's cute.
Okay.
Manifest.
We're manifesting here before 40. No,
that's
for real. That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Like, I don't even have one in SAC yet, but one of my locations one day will be here in Jersey.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Of course, my parents live here. My mom can look and see sometimes.
It just makes sense.
It's just like the Valley has so many like opportunities here. Nobody's out here. SAC, nobody's out there. Who is that? Sydney Lee. But she didn't do lashes. She does brows, right?
She does. She has lashes in it too, but I remember she like had hella locations, and then she posted how like because of the pandemic she had to close like four.
Yeah, she closed everything in the Bay, actually, the one in Fremont.
Yeah.
And all of them went to my location in Newark.
Live? No way.
Yeah. They were like, oh yeah, I used to go to Sinele, but now like they closed. And I'm like, no, why? But it was because of COVID. And yeah, that was the only person I knew that had lashes and brows in SAC and had a lot of locations. Like I had clients going to her.
Yeah.
For brows.
Right. Yeah.
So I think it's doable. I think for sure business opportunities should be with partners. Actually, by 40, Kylie will be...
I can't even think about that.
14?
My
so that's 10 more years. Kylie's turning... She'll be 13. I'm going to have a teenager when I'm 40.
Dude, we met when we were like 14.
Yeah.
My
She's
heart.
going to be a freshman.
Oh.
Or an 8th grader. Oh my god.
Oh my.
Thinking about the future is so exciting. But
it's so like, exciting.
It's just so scary too for me. As a mom, I feel like looking at the future is just like time is just...
Is that because we're looking at our parents and seeing our parents get older?
Yeah, and then also like seeing one day you'll have a child, you're seeing your child grow, and then you're just caught up with like everything else going on in your life too, that you're like, wait a minute, I swear I just gave birth.
That's crazy you say that because I'm about to turn 30 and all my aunties and uncles were like, I was just changing your diaper yesterday. I was just like seeing you run around like when you were 1 year old and I was like, and now I'm 30. So just seeing my aunties and uncles and my parents.
They probably have those flashbacks too, like, I cannot believe it. And I get those flashbacks. And I also now get flashbacks of us being in leadership.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I remember...
Good old high school days.
Oh my god. Senior year when now we're seniors. You know, that feeling of, like, accomplishment. Hopefully at 40, we're like, all right, let's look back at what we've done in 10 years. Look in this video right now.
Yeah, we're going to rewatch this exact episode.
And show our kids, like, look, we had a podcast!
They're like, ew, cringe, mom.
I know, like, ew, you guys have podcasts before? Like, what is that? We do this now.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
We just wanted to have a little reflection moment because all this life stuff is just as important when you're talking about business. And my 30th birthday is when the episode releases, and then Jen's will be in October. Yeah. So maybe we'll have another similar type of episode when that happens.
Yeah, so in October it's gonna be like 7 months. We'll see how our business is going.
Ooh.
We'll see how our life is going. And she'll be about to get married.
Oh yeah, that'll be my wedding month.
Yeah.
Okay,
like
that's
a
exciting.
week after.
Cool.
That's crazy.
Cool.
Okay, well, we'll see you guys next week.
Follow us at Biz Besties Pod on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And if you want to check out our personal pages, check in the info below. Bye.